Hello and welcome back to RageGamingVideos. My name is Hollow and today we have a video for you about the secrets of the paintings, all of them around the world. There are a grand total, as you can see, of 7 paintings. We have the Homing Instinct, we have the Flightless Bird, the Resurrection, the Prophecy Painting, Champion Song, Red Mane, and finally the Sorcerer Painting. Now, each time you do one of these, you're going to get a different reward. There are headpieces and armor pieces, there are Ashes of War, there are incantations and spells, and there's even a larval tier in this, which is what you use for your respecs. So yeah, really good. As you can see, I'm standing by this artist's shack and you can see what these paintings look like. They'll be a bit lit up compared to this one, and you'll need to go up to it and interact with it to get the painting, and then you'll need to go to the ending location to pick up the reward. Let's start then from the top in Limgrave. This is the artist's shack. It is just northeast of Aghill Lake, up on a hill, and yeah, we go up, we interact with it, and then we need to go get the hand in, which is actually not too far away. Either way, this is the exact location of the artist that you need to find, and once you go near him, he will dissolve and an item will be left behind. That item is the incantation scarab. It is a headpiece. It will slightly reduce the FP cost of your incantations while wearing it, but it will also increase the amount of damage you take, so it's up to you whether you want to wear this thing. Our next painting is in Stormvale Castle, and it is essentially in the middle of the main courtyard of the whole castle. The nearest and easiest grace is the lift side chamber, which is where I'm standing, but you can get here from any grace, whichever way you want to go. But from the lift side chamber, we're just going to step outside, and on our right, we're going to have a statue that you can break to get some stuff in using the giant, and of course, the omen enemy and a dog, so we're just going to clean those up. On the right of the statue, though, just around the corner and inside this room is your next painting. Interact with it, and then we'll go to the location, which is here at the Church of Pilgrimage on the Weeping Penilsa Island, south of Limgrave. As we head north around the back of the actual church, we're going to come across this spot right here, and there's the artist. Pick up his item, which is the warhawk ashes. It's one of those really irritating warhawks you find in Stormvale Castle. The ones with both, the sword legs, as well as the fire that they expended from the face. As far as an early summon goes, it's actually not a bad pick. 52 FP, but there are literally better warhawks, and then also much better summons in the game. Still, compared to the wolves, it's 3 less FP. I think it's not a bad starting pick. Next up then, we are in the lakes, and we are at the artist's shack here, found on the east side of the lakes, on the sort of main pathway, the highway going north, very close to the Carrion Study Hall Tower. Either way, at the end of that, you've got the artist's shack, and very easily inside of it is the painting. The artist's location is actually behind the Carrier Manor at this grace. If you haven't been here before, you do need to go through the Carrier Manor, make your way to the boss, and then once you exit the boss room from around the back, just turn a right and then follow the path until you reach the grace, which is what I'm standing at right now. And together we're going to run down this road, and you're going to have a bunch of enemies wandering around here. We've got undead enemies, we've got wolves, and we've also got Albinorics. And on our right, where I've basically placed this mark, is the artist. So I'm going to jump over here. And just on these rocks, straight ahead, as you can see when I was picking it up, is the artist. As you can see, that artist had the Juvenile Scholar Robes, which gives you some really interesting lore about those juveniles that you see in the cinematic with Renala. And it is certainly it's a unique look. I have not seen anyone wear this, and I actually don't think it looks terrible. But let's be honest, more importantly is that larval tier used for your respecking. Very useful to have. Next up then, we're here in Caelid at the Celia Town of Sorcery, and the nearest grace is Celia under Stair Grace. There's quite a few ways to get here, but you can really just follow the main road. But either way, from the grace, follow my path. There's not far from the grace, thankfully. Straight up the stairs, and then we take a first right, and then very immediate on our left, under these ruins, is the painting that we actually need to come and get. Make sure you interact with it, and then probably run back to the grace and reset the area, because all these mobs are going to activate. Now, one of the closest graces to the artist we need to go to is here at Fort Faroth, but the artist is actually in a really peculiar spot, off the ledge here. But just follow my path here from Fort Faroth, and we'll get you down there. So at this ledge, we're going to stop and we're going to look down, and you can see there's some people who have fallen poorly here. We do need to go down to the ledge down there. So we're going to drop off here. Okay, let me try that again. We're going to drop off here and then double jump so I don't fall off. And then we're going to heal up so we don't take too much fall damage to doing this. Take your time on this one. This is not worth sprinting. You can just slowly walk off and land there. We're going to slowly walk down to the next level. I'm going to turn around and jump to the root against the wall again. Very carefully. Okay, now we're going to slowly turn around and hop onto here. And then we're going to jump off again onto another route. Double jump, press into the wall. And then walk down far enough to not die to fall damage. Here should be fine. And now we're down here. Over on the edge here is the artist we were looking for. As you can see, you get the Ash of War Rain of Arrows from that artist, and you can apply it to a bow. We're going to try it here against this guy. This is a +0 bow. See what kind of range it's got. So I'm targeting him. So it lands a flurry of arrows on top of him. I wonder if it'll affect him when he's blocking. Okay, so if they move, they're going to go straight out of it. Ah, and blocking does protect him, despite it coming from the sky. How peculiar. I'd say because that doesn't track when they're moving, it's not going to be great in PvP, but maybe in PvE when you've got a fully upgraded bow and it does some real damage, and you're not dealing with an enemy that's blocking. Now, as you can see, I've had to swap character for this one. That is because you cannot do this one if you have progressed the story to the point where Lindell changes. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. So you need to do this before that happens. It's located in the real version of the Round Table Hold, and you can get there by climbing the dragon's wing and jumping into the wall from there. So I'm going to go do that really quickly. Now I'm up on the wall. You can see that we have the West Capital Rampart Grace. I'm going to head inside, down below, into the actual Round Table Hold entrance down there. Being sure to open the door using the lever that is literally below the West Capital Rampart Grace, and then we can actually enter. Once inside and in the main hall, we're going to run down here and then take a right, leading into here. Then we'll take a left, progressing through this sort of mess hall to the right. And inside here with the Grace is the painting that we are looking for. Activate that, and then let's go to the location. You'll need to come here to the Windmill Village, which is the northern point of the Altus Plateau, kind of northeast actually. And yeah, we just come here. There's the first Grace as you're walking up. You will have a boss fight here, basically where I'm standing. Is a Godskin Noble, not too bad. Once you've killed him and activated the Grace, we're going to turn around and head to our southeast. Just beyond these ladies that are dancing, on the edge of the cliff there is going to be your artist. That artist, of course, has Fire's Deadly Sin, a well-known incantation in the community because it was used to bug out that one shield, as well as using the Eclipse Shotel to AoE kill people. Super annoying, but thankfully, that's all been fixed. Our next location then will be the Shaded Castle, and that's where we're going to find the portrait. This is bang on the middle north side of the Altus Plateau, and you can make your way up the valley here to actually get to the area, and then slowly take a right and climb up the wall to get to this Grace, which is where I'm standing now, and then that wall that I climbed up is right here. Anyway, we're going to run past the Grace with it on our left and follow the wall around until we're able to jump down. And once we can actually hop down, we're going to go down and go into the poison. Come around here and go under. And then we're going to actually go up the stairs. And right behind us as we climb the stairs is the portrait. So activate that and let's go to the location. Thankfully, this location is also in the Altus Plateau. The Rampart side path Grace is going to be your nearest Grace to get here. It is literally on the hill and it's about here overlooking the Sainted Hero's grave. So from that Grace, we're going to progress to the west until we can actually climb up. Here we go. We can climb up here just like that ghost guy. Maybe he's doing the same thing. And on the edge here, as we're coming up, you're going to see that artist. That artist has the very unique Harp Bow. It seems to be the same type of bow as just a short bow or a composite bow, but obviously quite intricate, quite interesting looking. But when I fire it, there's a little musical note. Very cute. Last but not least then, for our final portrait, we are here in Castle Sol at the northern point of the mountaintops of the Giant area. And we're going to need to take a relatively long path, so follow this. Try not to die like I nearly just did. That's the problem with wearing an outfit that you think looks cool. It might not be the most defensible. But as we come down this ladder, we thankfully reach our location, which is our portrait, the Sorceress Portrait. And you can also open this door for a nice shortcut. The Sorceress Portrait is actually very close on this bridge right here. So let's go back outside, mount up, and follow this path. And as we get to the bridge and jump off on the side here, our last artist is right here. And as you'll see, he'll give you the Greathood, which is a very interesting item because when you wear it, it increases both your intelligence and faith by 2, but will reduce the amount of health you actually have while wearing it. And it's also pretty funny looking. Now this is fashion. But those are the 7 locations of the portraits and their hand-ins for the artist locations as well. Some pretty interesting items there, but for sure that larval tier, the most important in my eyes. Well worth getting. If this video was interesting or useful to you, please drop a like so we can keep making more like this in the future. But for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.